Hello there, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to the second episode of SC2VN, a visual novel that tells a story of StarCraft and eSports in general. And we are playing, reading the story of how we faced Axel, okay, a professional player of StarCraft, well, the first one from what I remember, well, if I remember correctly. Old school brute war blind classic marine tank style, probably about to crush me. I haven't got up against a player as strong as Axel in a while. There probably wasn't a single person at the VSL qualifier at his level. That only makes a potential victory all the more tantalizing. It's a chance to prove to myself that I've got what it takes. Even if I decided on playing standard, I've still got a decision to make in how to execute my mid-game strategy. This map is well suited for a Hellion rack. I'll have plenty of room to poke around his expansion since it lacks a choke point. An attack by air might also be a strong option. The distance between our bases is relatively long by land, but it will take a bombshell less than 5 seconds to travel from mine to his. I'm confident with both styles. It's just a matter of how I want to execute the attack. Oh, I have to make a decision, okay. My decision is to save. And I don't know. I think I've never played StarCraft. Well, maybe I played it, but I was so terrible that I didn't continue. Well, hit and air assault. Whatever, let's try this. I could all extra unit production to get out a Banshee as soon as possible. The earlier I am able to hit, the less chance that Axel will have the right defenses. With my Banshee en route, I clear out the path to his base with a handful of marines. Denying information to my mod opponent is important, even if I don't plan to attack from that blind spot. It seems to have been the right choice, as his marines are out of position when my Banshee arrives at his base. I managed to secure a few worker kills before ordering a retreat. Since I didn't lose my Banshee, Axel has to spend minerals on air defense. Knowing that, I prepare to transition to a full-on ground army. This game is going insanely well. For Axel took his expansion before I did. The damage he took puts us on even footing. I follow up with an army of marines, marauders and dropships, the bread and butter of most Terran players. Since I cleared the space between our bases, he's in the dark about the timing of the next attack. There's a solid chance that I could do enough damage here to end the game. But just as I arrive at the outskirts of Axel's expansion, one of his dropships uploads a handful of marines in my base. That's going to slow down my ability to reinforce. Wow, shit, with my focus on the drop in my main, Axel rushed into the army I left outside of his base while I wasn't paying attention. He's got a concave formation on me. And just like that, my advantage evaporates. For I managed to stand in the game for a bit longer, Axel wisely guards his lead by immediately taking a third base. Soon enough, his economic advantage is reflected in the size of his army. After my blunder, Axel's play was airtight. There really wasn't anything for me to do. With a groan, I offer a GG and concede the match. I didn't exactly throw my lead, but I did get seriously outplayed. Fantasizing about how a victory would have felt doesn't help me keep my mind off the loss. Knowing that I did my best only helps so much. But not a moment later, Axel turns the corner with a smile and raised eyebrows. Good game, man! You're actually not bad. I assumed you were here for fun or something. Thanks. I'm here for fun, though. You play really well. I'm surprised. Most foreigners don't hit timings like that. Good vision control too, and your scouting was top notch. You're really not on a team? Are you at least staying at a team house, or are you studying abroad? Nothing like that. I'm staying by myself in an apartment by the VSL studios. So you came to Korea alone and on your own dime, and you are not just visiting. Yeah. I do my best not to seem awkward about my answer, but any reason to worry disappears when Axel smiles. It takes some serious guts to move out here like that. I can't think of a single person who's made it out here on their own. A few nearby competitors watch our conversation. It's probably not often that Axel gives his attention to a random nobody he crushes early in the brackets. I've got some time before my next day. Let me introduce you to a friend of mine. Sure. With a nod, Axel leads me from the PC area to the back of the cafe. We pass a number of non-players on the way there, most lounging around no differently than the cafes of other patrons. Maybe they aren't that different. I guess even professionals like to keep back with the tangle of cords and rush of caffeine every now and then. Games shouldn't be all business all the time, although I bet that KPGA executives disagree. Axel comes to a stop away from the constant tapping of keyboards. He then plops himself into a seat against the wall and invites me to join him with a wave of his hand. As I take my seat, I look up to find someone I recognize at his side. Jet, a Zerk former VSL champion. Hats. She won StarCraft 2's seconds, very first grand final back in the beta. A year ago, she might have been the game's most famous player. Her flippant and inflammatory antics have made her a somewhat controversial figure. Surely GGS and isn't afraid to talk trash on stage. And there she is, just sitting there. It's all I can do not to stare. A smile plays on her lips when she glances past me to Axel. Axel, seriously, stop promising my autograph as a reward for beating you. Hilarious, we can understand you by the way. Who are you up against next round? Some Zerg dishwasher on LHT/ I hate ZVZ. Jet rolls her eyes back to me. After a brief appraisal, she lifts her chin and speaks a single word. Name? What? I am Mach, a Terran. I'm teamless. And Jet shifts her gaze back to Axel as if to ask, why did you bring this snob back here? But before she can actually say anything, Axel comes to my defense with an easy smile. Hey, cool it with the judgment until you've seen him play. Plus, you ever hear of a foreigner that came out here alone, just for StarCraft? My man right here did, you have to admit that's brave. If that endorsement wasn't convincing enough, he offers one of his classic grins for good measure. The response seems to satisfy her, for now. While trying to keep from showing anything to contradict Axel's assessment, Jet aims her attention back at me. Didn't see your name on the list of people who made it past the VSL qualifier. How do you place? I lost my second to last match. The qualifier before that I dropped out on the final game on the last 3 years. 2 attempts without making it, huh? Hard to tell much from that. Mainly depends on the bracket you had. How do you live out here with no team? Do you stream or something? I used to stream, but I don't get enough viewers to make any money. My following is pretty small. Small is an understatement. Non-existent is closer to the truth. So, your parents pay for everything? Nope, I'm here on my summer job earnings and a little bit extra from my grandparents. How lucky, I never got any handouts. This isn't going very well. Still, Axel looks as collected as ever, watching with a smile as the interrogation continues. Did you play Broad War? Not really. I mean, I had a copy as a kid, but I wasn't good. Had to cheat to even finish the campaign. Oh, then you were only a little bit worse than Jet. Jet scolds silently at the job. It's true that the 2 years she spent playing Broad War were mostly unremarkable. Then this is your first try at professional gaming? When I nod, she gives me a hard look. Why are you out here? What do you mean? I'm sure you're aware of your chances. It's been more than 5 years since a foreign pro gamer accomplished anything noteworthy in Korea. I know what she's getting at, but it's not like I have a particular regret or unique answer. I scratch behind my head and look away. I mean, why else? I want to become better at StarCraft. Everyone knows that Korea is the place to do that. And why is that? Well, because the best players are out here. Also, I've studied. Hey! Come on! No, I'm asking why you want to become better. It feels like she's forcibly extracting the truth from me. All the same, I can't leave her expression unanswered. I do my best to avoid showing the embarrassment I feel in my honest response. Because I want to be a champion, or at least show I can compete at that level. Everyone who plays this game wants that, don't they? You're right about one thing. Every idiot that makes it to Grandmaster and takes a map of a good player thinks they are pro gamer material. A champion, huh? She clicks her tongue and sighs, but doesn't seem displeased. Well, at least any more so than usual. I wouldn't have much ground to stand on if I disagreed with her. Jet is one of the few who has accomplished what the rest of us dream about. Don't be so harsh, his style is solid and he stood 2-2 with you for a while. With enough time, he could compete. What do you think? Why don't you practice with him a bit? I could. Little harm in giving him a chance. Wait, back up, what just happened? Did he say practice and did she say yes? What? Yeah, whoa, what? Axel answers her with a pleased expression. Jet takes a moment to stretch out before again crossing her arms across her chest. Stop staring and say something, Mach. The sound of my name wakes me from my stunned silence. I jot upright and offer a flurry of nods. Sorry, I say yeah, I definitely say yeah. Jet and Axel watch me in silence until I lower myself back into my seat. It takes some determination to go out here alone. Let's see if it translates to wins, huh? With a thumbs up, it's settled. I have somehow found myself with one of the best practice partners in the world. I really hope this isn't just for the novelty of playing with some random foreigner. It's about time to get back to all-out attack. Wouldn't want you getting declared if we'll be matching in the semis. Can you be certain that I didn't lose to Mach already? What if this was my way of saving face? Honey, have you lost to a foreigner even once? Hey, you never know who's playing on a barcode account. You sure you don't want to pot spirits? Final offer. Collude with you, not a chance. What about you, Mach? Gonna stick around? A PC bank with the bustle of a tournament isn't a great training environment. The bracket will probably take a few hours to work through. Two. Then I'm gonna head home. Got a lot of practicing to do tonight. Leaving already? Hi, it was good to meet you, man. Be at Golden Zonefire tomorrow morning and we'll find out if you're overhyped. Will do. I rise and offer them each a note in thanks before heading back towards the PC area. The last thing I see is a vague smile from Jet as she leans over and whispers something to Axel. I squeeze my way through the growing crowd and manage to make it through the doorway leading outside. When I hit the street, I'm met with a cool breeze and a rush of voices, sound and light. This is it, a shot, one final shot to make it happen. One last chance to live the life I want. I quicken my pace, eager for the comfort of the dark room and bright monitor. This is the day that everything changes. What? Okay. So that was like an intro. I was afraid it was the end. Okay. True to her word, Jet sent me a reminder to get over to Golden Zonefire for some morning practice. I enjoy playing online and all, but matching against someone only a few feet away is way more productive. Talking over games in person makes it easier to get feedback and improve, and that's what I need more than anything else. The sting from my failure at the VSL qualifier will take time to fade. I don't want to experience that pain ever again. I catch sight of Jet in the middle row, her attention locked on another game. Without disturbing her, I take a seat at her side and watch the match unfold. Furious stamps and clicks rattle her keyboard. Her focus never drops from the game, much less her monitor. She's ahead, far not by much. It's not long until she extends her lead in the late game, and a few minutes later, heaves a sigh of relief when her opponent rage quits out. There's no need for me to consult my Korean skills to understand his final message. Zerg imba. I don't know what that means. You actually showed. Color me surprised. How could I not? A better question is how you had the free time to practice with some amateur. The charitable sort, obviously. Anyway, you're here, so let's stop wasting time. You've paid for your PC, yeah? I nod and lock myself at the station next to hers. A minute later, the two of us are cleaning out practice matches. And let's check out how we managed to keep up with those practice matches with her in the next episode. So then, bye!